And the reported death of Muammar Gadhafi is the latest shockwave in the still unfolding Arab Spring. So what does it mean for the region's other dictators and for potential revolutionaries in other countries to come? Abdurrahim Fakara is Washington bureau chief for Al Jazeera and joins us now. So much to deal with Libya's Gadhafi. Does it make a huge difference that Gadhafi is dead? And what about the way he died? Because the circumstances were, quote, murky at best.
It obviously makes a huge difference militarily. It brings some sort of closure to the suffering of Libyans who really suffered tyrannical, random criminality over the last 42 years. But Libya now is not about the past, it's about the future. And I think the main problem that not just Libya but other countries throughout North Africa and the Middle East have suffered from over the last few decades is lack of rule of law. The way in which the closure seems to have been brought to this. If Gadhafi was executed, because we've seen that video of him captured, he was still alive. If it turns out that he was actually executed after he was captured still alive, then that doesn't say a lot of good things about the future of rule of law in Libya.
And the U.S. has been throughout pointing to the fact that this NATO coalition included Arab partners. We're talking about the UAE and Qatar and Jordan. But they didn't really play a leading role in the bombing missions. They were quite a minor piece of this. Can we correctly say that this had Arab support?
Well, it certainly had
Saudi support, given the conflicts in the past.
It certainly had the support of the Arab League, and it had the support of Qatar and the United Arab Emirates, stated support. There may have been undeclared support from other Arab governments who would have been extremely happy to see al-Gadhafi go. It certainly had the support of large segments of Arab populations, not just in Libya but elsewhere in the Arab world, although some Arabs do feel skittish about the fact that it took the help of NATO for the Libyan rebels to be able to topple the Gadhafi regime.
Will this give any impetus into, for instance, the dissidents in Syria and in other countries? Will they take heart from this, or is there another signal that is being sent?
It depends which way you look at it. I mean, we've already heard from Libyans celebrating today calls of support to people in Syria and Yemen. There's no doubt about that a lot of Syrians will look at what's happened in Libya and take heart from it. But as I said, another way of looking at it, Bashar al-Assad in Libya, for example, if this turns out to be execution in Libya, somebody like Bashar al-Assad could look at it and say, if this is what's going to happen to me over my dead body, I'm not going to give up anytime soon.
Exactly, and that's exactly what could be the message to Saleh also, who has kept promising to step down and then reappears and refuses to step down.
Absolutely, but you know what's interesting is that tyranny does not learn from other examples, because Gadhafi saw what happened in Tunisia, he saw what happened in Egypt, didn't learn from it, and it looks like other autocrats in the region could be looking at what happened to Gadhafi today and still not learn from it. I think the determination in places like Syria and Yemen, the popular determination to bring their situation to a positive outcome from their point of view is still strong. So although other dictators may take heart from what happened to al-Gadhafi and say to their own supporters, we're not going to give up, in the end, I think they're on the wrong side of history.
Abdurrahim Fakara, thank you very much from Al Jazeera.